Justin Trudeau is supposed to be here in Paris to talk about AI, Jeff, but Donald Trump blew that up when he announced a 25% tariff on steel and aluminum imports.
What countries will those go on?
Everybody. Steel.
Including Canada and Mexico?
Yeah. Any steel coming into the United States is going to have a 25% tariff.
So much for a 30-day reprieve. The U.S. president threatening a key part of the Canadian economy, just days after Trump backed down from a blanket 25% tariff. The U.S. is heavily reliant on Canadian aluminum, with it representing 75% of its imports, and nearly 20% of its steel imports come from Canada, worth billions to the Canadian economy. Arriving at his hotel just before midnight Paris time.
Are you going to retaliate?
Justin Trudeau did not take any questions from reporters on if Canada would retaliate. But a senior Canadian government source told Global News they're waiting for something in writing or an official statement from the administration before they respond, pointing out Trump has previously blown through tariff deadlines.
Think of how beautiful that country would be without that artificial line running right through it.
The president also continuing his fixation on annexing Canada.
If they became our 51st state, it would be the greatest thing they could ever do. It would be unbelievable. It would be a cherished state. And think of how beautiful that country would be.
But this time he went further and darker than he has before, calling into question defending an attack on Canada, the bedrock of the NATO alliance.
You know, they don't pay very much for military, and the reason they don't pay much is they assume that we're going to protect them. That's not an assumption they can make, because why are we protecting another country?
Canada was in the same position back in 2018. The Trump administration had levied steel and aluminum tariffs, but they were able to get an exemption. And Justin Trudeau will look to do the same thing tomorrow if he bumps into U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance. Both men will be attending an AI summit here in Paris.